What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to the chat. Hey, I see a couple of people in here. I tried to alert as many people as I can, but I was told that my notifications weren't working. So if you can hear me, hey, Mildred, Conversation and Cocktails, if y'all can hear the sound of my voice and everything sounds cool, let me know by dropping your city into the chat. I will call you out. Hey, Josie. Hey, Mama V. Cinnamon Swirl, what's up? Hey, Gladys. Hey, Pamela. All right, cool. I love to see when you guys come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, South Trinity. Hampton is in the house, Tampa, Florida. What is up? Philly, Little Rock, Pensacola, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, everybody, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I see Nola Darling is in the house. Anyone that you see with a purple wrench behind their name, I know that this was like a last minute chat, so I didn't get a chance to let everyone know. But if you see a wrench behind the name, that is one of our mods. They are here to make sure that we keep everything going. Nola's coming in from Indianapolis, Indiana, Orlando. Welcome, North Carolina. I think that's Lompoc, California. What's up? Lithonia, Georgia. What's up? Louisiana, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Baltimore, South Carolina. Okay, cool. I love it, you guys. More Baltimore. Listen, Baltimore and New Orleans, those are the accents that literally I love. You guys sound like you are singing when you speak. I love it. Welcome, London, England. How are you? Thank you. It's been a long time. Okay, let me get my screen on. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see what I'm doing with this hair today. I have these mini twists in, or I think they're called fluffy twists. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm not wearing my hat today, but welcome to all of you. I appreciate it. Delaware, Warner Robins, Georgia. What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming in. Today was a good day for me. I went to see is it called The Equalizer with Denzel Washington? I went to see that a little earlier today. So yes, thank you everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you. I think it's Noni Cat. Thank you. I appreciate you. Mildred, I appreciate you. Okay, come on in, child. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I try to do something different with my hair every once in a while because I love to have my braids, especially long braids, but them braids got they were too hot on my neck, so I had to switch it out. But I appreciate you guys all the time. I see someone else went to see the movie. It was a good movie. It wasn't bad. I like to see Denzel Washington, still entertaining us in the movie business. Let's see. Checking in. Is that from Ghana? I see the flag Jamaica. Ooh, I want to go to Jamaica so bad. I'm trying to plan for something for next month, okay? Anyway, come on in, come on in, come on in, and let's talk, you guys. I had 3 people up in my thumbnail. I hope that you had a chance to see it. It was Shirley Strawberry, it was Kenya Moore, and it was Erica Mena. Y'all saw Mona Swift. Mona Scott was swift in getting Erica Mena up out of there. And Little Scrappy went live to talk about something. And he ended up, someone asked him, do you know Erica Mena was let go? And he had some interesting things to say. And I wanted to bring this up to you guys to see what you thought. So I'm going to let everybody come in before we get there, though. But anyway, I'm really happy to be back on with everybody. I really missed you guys. I have some things going on, and I also have insomnia, so it can mess up my schedule quite a bit. My body starts getting worn out. So anywho, somebody said that they watched the movie on the Fire Stick. Okay, Gwen, good for you, honey. Did you like it? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start in order. I think I'm gonna start with Erica Mena first. I'm gonna have an open panel discussion. So if you guys would like to come up and chit chat about it, that'll be great. Otherwise, I'm gonna read your comments, and we'll just let it be what it'll be. I hope you all had a good holiday today. That you had a little bit of time to do something that you wanted to do. Okay. And yeah, let's see. And as long as you guys can hear me, that's good. I'm going to ask Nola to drop the membership link, if you will. I got 127 of you watching. If you could just hit the like button, because only 60 of you are showing hitting the like button. So go ahead and hit the like button for me. That alerts other people, because YouTube is a little funny acting with the notifications. I get a lot of people tell me all the time that they don't get my notifications. So I want to make sure that everybody can join that can, even though it's a holiday. I just want to make sure that you guys can join me. Okay, so I want to start with Erica Mena because, whew, I don't know if everybody had a chance to see it. I saw 2 clips. I had put it on my Instagram stories, and I think also in my Facebook group. If you're not on there, join. I go by DYANAROZAY on Instagram, and I go by DYANAROZAY Real Talk on Facebook. That's a Facebook group. And a lot of you were really divided. The Facebook group had a completely different opinion from the Instagram group. The Instagram group was like, get him out of there. We don't care. We're tired of Erica Mena. Erica Mena does have a history of coming out of pocket in a very racist way. She's actually been, this conversation has come up with her before. Like, I think she's used the N-word, things like that. And people have said, Erica, you don't identify like that. So, you need to back up on how you talk to people. Now, she did, when she called Spice, who is her castmate, a blue monkey, okay? It came at a very emotional and passionate point, because Spice said something like, my son loves me. Your son don't even like you. And a lot of people have brought up her son throughout the years. Even when she was in New York, she was on the cast of not Love of, what is it? Love and Hip Hop New York. So when she was on Love and Hip Hop New York, her son used to come up. It was a very sore spot for her. And she would, cuss and fuss. But for whatever reason, she decided to call Spice a blue monkey. But not only did she call her a blue monkey, when she got outside of the building they were in, getting into the car, she started making like monkey sounds, like jumping, ooh, 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 like that kind of thing. And the producer that was behind her shoved her into the car to like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So I had wrote in the comments on whenever I first saw it, I wrote, the monkey sounds, that's a whole nother level of ignorance. Okay. So anywho, let me see. Dean S said Mona wasn't swift. Okay, Mona wasn't swift. Swift would have been when it actually happened. She only did the firing because of the backlash. Well, I'm going to say she's swift because we've never seen her fire before. There's a lot of stuff that has happened on Mona Scott's sets, from drug use to, the fighting and all that stuff. Everybody just kind of expects as a part of the love and hip hop culture. But we've seen a lot of dirty mess happen on the set, including, like I said, Erica Mena coming out of pocket like that previously. Like, she did it before. People pointed it out and started giving examples. And I don't think why, I don't know. But I'm going to say this. Spice actually said she didn't, she was taking it in stride, that's what she signed up for. That was one of the things that Spice said. She said, that's what we signed up for. I'm taking it in stride. Like, she wasn't holding it against Erica, almost like she didn't want her to be reprimanded or let go. Whereas Little Scrappy, he kind of said the same thing. He said the producers push the talent into certain situations. And he said, once you're pushed into that situation and, you fire back, why is she being punished for firing back? That was Scrappy's opinion, okay? Thank you, Linda Gamble, for coming in. Let me make sure that Linda has her wrench. Okay, Nola and Linda have their wrenches. Thank you, ladies, for joining the chat tonight. Okay, and so I was asking just to get some clarification. I know a lot of people said, a lot of you felt the same way. Like, listen, her son should have been off limits. And the second she brought him up, gloves are off. She should have, she can say whatever she wants to say. But like I said, for me, it was the monkey noises. I was like, okay, was she calling her blue monkey because of the hair? But it was almost like it was something she thought about in her mind like a gazillion times before it poured out of her mouth, and she called that woman a blue monkey. Okay. Let's see. Mona wasn't going to do anything if it wasn't for the outrage. Okay, got it. And I understand that, but that's it still was swift, not in the sense that Mona's doing the right thing, just swift as in Mona wanted to quiet down all the screaming noises that was coming for her in her franchises, because a lot of people are tired, right? Anita said, I don't agree with Spice bringing up her son, but Erica's action was unacceptable. Okay. Understood. Listen, you only say the things that is in you to say anyway, right? If it's not in you to say, you won't say it. Like, it would not have crossed my mind to make monkey noises. And I said that literally, I was thinking about it like, well, damn, how does this happen? But a lot of people, that's who she is. That was who she is was as a talent. Lotus Flower said that Black folks got to stop trying to rationalize and normalize this kind of disgusting behavior. What Spice said didn't warrant that kind of response. Okay. So you don't believe so, huh? Okay, let's see. Thank you, Mildred, Conversations and Cocktails, for becoming a new member, joining listen, I was trying to figure out what to call you guys. Someone told me to call you Supreme Team as opposed to Supreme Squad. That's what I was saying. So welcome to the platform. Either way, welcome to the squad. And y'all can let me know in the chat a little later how you feel about everything. Okay. I appreciate you, Mildred. Let's see. Erica brought up the children first, comparing motherhood. Okay, so what ended up happening was, if I'm not mistaken, Erica felt a little put off by things Spice was saying. Spice was clearly saying, I've talked to Safari, and Safari has shared things with me about you, right? And it made her feel a little bad. Okay, someone's telling me Supreme Team is what they'd like to be called. Okay, Nola, darling, Supreme Team. Anywho, she was feeling away because she thought everybody was taking her ex's side, right? Safari had came out and said, listen, I've paid her child support. Even though the child support was late, he made it seem like he was paying child support and everything was going good. And he also said that, they've laid down together since the divorce, and that he ended up, stopped messing with her after he found out she was on a beach somewhere with another man. The problem is it was Safari who was cheating first, right? He was cheating first. He was acting like he didn't care. Then they got divorced. Now, I just want to say I'm not taking up for Erica Mena, because Erica Mena does strike me as a kind of person who's very what's the word I'm looking for? She always pays attention to people's skin tone. I'll say that. I do feel that way. And I think that if that was reversed and someone said some mess like that to her, she would be like, again, out of sorts. But anywho, she felt a way that people she was calling friends was siding with her ex. What we don't know, according to Scrappy, is what was said by producers before they came into the scene, and if Mona Scott's producers are to blame for some of the craziness that went down. Because according to Scrappy, he said the producers set you up for this kind of interaction. Let's read what Mildred had to say. She said, I think children should be off limits, but the slur was how Erica feels. Facts. She meant it, in my opinion. What's in you will come out. This is not the first time Erica has said racist things. I agree 100%. 100%. I agree. And after everything was said and done and everybody was, talking about it on the internet, she showed up on a live where she was kind of laughing, like, I don't give a what y'all think. She said, I don't really care. Like the job, whether I'm here or not, I don't give a shit, is how she made it seem. Now, I know she's had like a Tubi movie or two, but I mean, what else does Erica do? You know what I'm saying? So interesting. Um, let's see what else. Erica and Spice can go. Okay, Lies and More Lies said that it was the both of them. She said, and while we at it, Shawnee should have fired Evelyn too. Is Evelyn still on Basketball Wives, y'all? Because I don't watch that show anymore. Don't like it. After Evelyn started banging her poom poom, hitting her crotch, and talking about who was she talking about? Who was that young lady that she was calling a monkey? I forgot her name, but she was fit to be tied when she heard that Ocho Cinco was calling that girl and flirting with her, which I believe, okay? All of Ocho Cinco, OG, thank you, Discerning Eight. I appreciate that. Okay, all of Ocho Cinco's children look like him. They don't look like Evelyn, which just Evelyn and Erica Mena are in the same boat. They really believe that they skin is there's some sort of get out of jail free card with the black man. But yeah, they have no respect for black women. The word of God says, to paraphrase, it's not what's in a man that defiles him, but what comes out. Erica spoke what was already in her. Okay, girl. I agree. Everything you guys said, I agree with. Okay, so the another topic that I wanted to share, and y'all can come up on the panel in just a little bit. Thank you, Discerning Eight. Y'all can come up in the panel and discuss that further if you like, but I just wanted to get that out there. Erica, to me, she got what she deserved. I felt like that was something that just kind of came out of her. She may have friends that are black women. However, when shit get low for her, she's going to push it all the way to the limit. And that goes to show you, because she has black children. For me, I can't deal with it personally. But I do know that everybody has a different opinion. What else does she do? What is her talent? I don't know. I think she started off trying to be a rapper, and that didn't help go anywhere. Then she maybe a model, and we all see where she is right now in the modeling stuff. But I've seen her on like a Tubi movie. Maybe she had a small role in something, and I think maybe she thought she was gonna, go a little further with that. But really, reality TV is her bag. Okay. Let's see what else. They all thrive off of chaos, Shekinah Joe included. Where is the love and hip hop? Where is the love and hip hop? Dance hall, reggae groupies, friends of the show gone wrong. Get it together, Mona. Okay. Now let's talk about Kenya Moore. Now I know a lot of y'all love Kenya. I told y'all a couple of videos back that I had a newfound respect for Kenya, because when I first saw her on my TV screen on RHOA, I did not like her. I was, appalled at how she was, flirting with this man, being Apollo. And then when I went back and watched it, I was like, oh, this was strategy. She was trying to get back at Phaedra for some things. And I was like, okay, it was a show. She was being the villain. I do believe that is how she, ended up getting to have a peach on the show, is because she was a villain. Being the pretty nice girl didn't work. I think Portia was trying to be the pretty nice girl, also the pretty dim-witted girl, and then we found out that she wasn't as dim-witted as she wanted everybody to think. Let's see. However, Portia on this Sunday night's reunion, first part, or not Portia, excuse me, Kenya, first part of this Sunday's reunion was a mess. Was a mess from the time she started. It actually made me, it kind of broke my heart a little bit. With everything that she said on Carlos King's interview, when she interviewed with him, basically saying everybody had, fake storylines and all that stuff. I thought she dropped the ball big time, showing up on the show with a subpoena that wasn't a subpoena, saying that she was going to subpoena Marlo and that she needed to be a witness for her in court. The fact that Andy read it and said this isn't what you think it is and handed it back to her made her look bad. And don't bring stuff that you can't back up. Um, very smart, very beautiful, very intelligent. I agree. Listen, Kenya's all those things. Let me start there. Kenya is very smart, very beautiful, very intelligent. All of those things, okay? I'm not taking anything away from her. And I do believe that her hair is real, that she has real long hair, even though she does wear pieces like the one she wore on Sunday night, that little blonde number. That was a piece, and you could see it, at least I could. However, the point is, she got caught in some things. Number one, I believe her name is Millie Chan. Is Millie Chan? She is a YouTuber. I actually follow her on TikTok. But Millie Chan went to the salon that's not a salon. She went to Kenya's salon in Atlanta and ended up finding out that it was not there. It was not real. And I was really hurt because after calling everybody out for fake storylines and saying that, the grand opening of the salon was a major part of her storyline that got cut out by producers, which caused a huge craze on Twitter and things like that. And people ended up sending the producers death threats. Why wouldn't you have the salon open, girl? That didn't make sense to me. Let's see. Evie said people are jumping on Millie Chan because she proved Kenya doesn't have a hair spa. I know, child. I saw it. And Kandi was defending her, and I saw that too. But there is no spa. You're right. You are right. I know that there's no spa. The spa was empty and fake as paper that she had from Marlo. Girl, okay? That was my point, is that people started jumping down Millie Chan's throat. Everybody keeps saying that Kandi is always honest. Went to bat for her. There is no salon. There is no salon and spa, and that was disheartening. Okay, I really was upset about that personally. Let's see. I thought it was verified. No, ma'am. There is a person that lives in the building who ended up posting more information and said that building had been that way since February when they taped the show. They said it is August. No one has ever come back to that building to do any further build out. They said there's no salon whatsoever in the building. And Kenya could have squashed the whole thing by simply showing it, because I had went over to our IG stories or to our IG page for the salon. There's nothing there. I said that to you guys the other day. I was like, where is it? Why isn't anything showing up? So Millie Chan did the work, and she actually went over there and nothing happened. And I also felt like Andy was being a little funky toward Kenya. If y'all notice how he was like, okay, there was two things Kenya did. Number one, given that fake ass subpoena, why do that? That was unnecessary. Number two, Kenya called out Marlo in the same way that Nene called out Phaedra in one of the reunions. Y'all remember when Phaedra had went behind Nene's back, looked for her sister. I guess it's a half sister that, and her Nene and this person isn't very close, but she went to the sister to get dirt on Nene. That, and that person called Nene and said, her sister called her and said, "Yo, this is what's going on the show. This girl's been reaching out to me. I just thought you should know." If y'all remember that, and Nene told her, "Don't ever call or talk to anybody in my family. You never win when you play dirty." That's exactly where that phrase came from. You never win when you play dirty. And Nene called her completely out. Kenya attempted to do the same type of thing with Marlo, saying, "You were talking to my husband. You called my husband. You were talking to my husband, trying to get dirt on me." And it went nowhere. It fell flat. In fact, everybody was sitting there with their eyes like, "Kenya, do you not remember this being a damn storyline when Nene was on here?" It was wild. So she did two things that fell really flat on the show. The only thing that she did that was like a winner for me was tell Marlo that she looked like Mrs. Roper. That shit was funny. Let's see what else you guys are saying up here. The fans are saying that Kenya is working on another part of the show. Working on another part of the show. Okay. I don't know what that means. Let me know what you mean by that. Andy is out to get Kenya, but I like how he allowed her to bring up the revenge P. Well, she brought it up. And by the way, speaking of that, y'all think they're gonna discuss part of it on that Love and Marriage Huntsville, which comes back on the 16th. So we got to get ready for that. Comes back on the 16th. But if y'all remember when Melody and Martell had gotten to that crazy argument online, um, Martell was trying to blast Melody, calling her, all kinds of names and saying you was with this person, that person. Then he sent her the picture, sent it to her personally. She came back and said online, "Revenge P, really? I had kids with you some kind of way. I had 4 kids with you some kind of way." That's how it was first introduced, right? But if Martell is bringing up this cheating thing on the show, the revenge P comes with it, because that is how it was introduced to the viewers, through that. So it's very possible that they will discuss some of that. Even though we know Kenya brought it up, Andy really didn't take it anywhere. He didn't even ask her about it. I don't believe he didn't ask Sheree about it. And Sheree just said, "I don't know anything about it," and kind of went to the next. Let's see. Do your homework before putting info out there. Okay. I don't know who Ruff is talking about, but I'd love to know if you could put more information, or you can come up on the panel and discuss it. I'd love to know that too. Kenya is working on another part of the salon. Also, Andy has always been dirty to Kenya. Okay. So I understand that there's 2 parts for the salon. There's a person who lives in the building where the salon is housed. That person is the one who exposed the rest of the story that Millie Chan was talking about. So if that is what you're saying, get your stories straight. Hello, Dyana. I live here and have family in that building. Not true. The space just became available. So when you say just became available, do you mean that it wasn't open back in February, or whenever the salon was supposed to be open, which was back in February? She's saying also said the soft open and never said the lobby was her salon. Well, it wasn't supposed to be in the lobby, correct? I don't think anyone thought that the lobby was a salon. I thought there was an actual physical space that was put there for the salon. So now we have 2 people saying something a little different. But just so people know, I didn't think the lobby was a salon. I thought the lobby was the lobby, and that there was supposed to be an opening for the salon, which Kenya has already talked about. Kandi said was open, but people are saying that it is not open. So if you're saying, Cool Cat, that it just became available, then that means that it wasn't open. So that's accurate. It wasn't open, as far as I understand it. PK Joe said, and totally ignored the RP. I think that Andy is saying that I'm not giving CK and Love and Marriage Huntsville any shine. Well, he gave him shine the second he said, "Tell me about Martell." So he said that at the very beginning. He started with Sheree. Let's see. That is MH. Okay. Okay. So just to make sure that if that's the conversation that's being brought or introduced for the second half of the season, then it's highly likely that we're going to get more information. It's just going to be a part of the show, whatever they are willing or able to share, because we've heard Melody say several times that it is a legal issue and she didn't want to, really talk about it. Okay. So the salon is real. Millie filmed the 2nd floor. It is under construction. She does soft opening. Can you push back the salon opening so that she could finish the upstairs? So the salon is not open. That's what I think everybody was trying to figure out. If the salon is not open, then it isn't open. She was not ready for the salon to be open. And I think that is how I understood Millie Chan saying it. She said there's pictures, there's pictures in a window, but there is no salon as of yet. So I accept that. I understand what you're saying, Simone, and I totally get it. There is space there that she may have purchased, but the building was not ready to go. Okay, so that is what you guys are sharing with me, I believe. Nope. Cool Cat has something else to say. I'm saying that the upstairs part is newly under construction. Her soft open was actually in her salon and was never to be open until the fall, which would still, okay, no lies told. Okay, so I'm going to read what I saw Kandi say, which sound like she said that the salon was an operating business. Is that not accurate, you guys? Just to make sure. Because if she was making it seem like it was an operating business, then that's not accurate. Hold on. I want to be right, and I want to put it up on the screen so that we can all see it, because I don't want to mess this up. So Millie Chan said, woman exposes Kenya for an unfinished hair salon. So she's saying it's unfinished, which is this is exactly what she said. It's an unfinished hair salon that she is alleging isn't open yet. That is what Millie Chan said. It's unfinished, not open. So what she said was accurate, right? Y'all can come up. I'm going to drop the link in a minute. I know that there's a lot of people that windmill for Kenya. I love Kenya. Don't get me into any trouble with Kenya, please. Let's see. Soft opening. It's not open. Rough, it's not open. And I hope that you are keeping it cute in those comments, Rough. Let me make sure, because if you're not, it was a soft opening. Literally, that's what she said. It's unfinished. Unfinished, soft opening, same deal. Not ready is what was being said. When she spoke about it, she made it seem like it was actually ready to go. She didn't say that it's not until August or later in the fall. She spoke about it like it was ready to go. What Millie Chan said was that it was not open. That's what I'm reading now. So just so you are aware, okay? Let's see. Cool Cat said, thanks. Kenya wanted them to see her meeting with contractors, as well as we saw them do a charade last year on the fashion show. Kenya's actually building a business. Well, that I don't have any skin in that game. I do know that when I heard her speak about it, it sounded like she was making it out to be a finished salon. It wasn't until after all of this other information came out that we saw that it wasn't a finished salon. That's how I understood it. Kandi didn't say it was open. Correct. She did not say it was open. She stated that Kenya was working on the upstairs, getting it ready for fall. Millie actually said the same exact thing. She didn't say it was getting ready for fall, but she did say, just on the part that I read, she did say that it was unfinished. It's not finished yet. Okay, so y'all can come up and y'all can windmill for your girl when I drop the link. Let's see. What's the point of a soft opening? Am I confused? A soft opening is basically, it's what is her name? Who's the girl who had the hair salon or the hair store on Love and Marriage Huntsville? I forgot her name. But she did a soft opening. She did like 2 or 3, the reopen. So that is what that is. It's just basically for the show, letting people know that this is happening, which they did. They let us know that it was happening. I've never known Kenya to be a liar. The Nene and Portia fans were vicious to Kenya. I love the way Kenya gave them what she received. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Soft opening is for the show. Correct. The soft opening was for the show. Nobody's getting their hair done. There's no money being made. It's just a little test market. Correct. Now, her hair products are in stores. You can buy them, I think, in Sally's and some other places. Speak for Kenya. Now folks don't have to like her, but let's speak honest of her. Listen, everybody's going to have their faves, okay? It is what it is, but we can be cool about it because we're all grown and we don't know these people for real, okay? So anywho, now the next person I wanted to talk about, y'all can come up and talk to me about the rest if you'd like. The next person I'd like to talk about is Miss Shirley Strawberry. There's 341 of you who are watching right now. So go on ahead and hit that like button because we only have 190 likes. I am deserving of a like, please and thank you. Let's talk Shirley Strawberry. So I don't know if you guys had heard a video, some audio that had released, actually audio that had released of Shirley and her husband, who is currently in the jail. And there were some interesting things said. Okay, let's see. I can't believe this is such a big thing. Sheree was having a clothing line for 14 years. She did. She had a clothing line for 14 years. And then when she actually dropped the line on the show, the clothes that were on the website weren't the same. But at the end of the day, it's just a way to keep everybody honest. If you're going to, in my opinion, have conversations about everybody else to keep them honest, also make sure that what you're saying is honest. That way, when people go and sneak around and, try to see what you don't have, you don't have to worry about it. That's what I think it's for. So thank you, Linda Gamble. Go ahead and hit those likes, please. But Shirley Strawberry, let's get back to her. Shirley Strawberry, Ernesto Williams. Shirley Strawberry is a radio personality on Steve Harvey's show. And currently her husband is spending some time in the county jail on a whole bunch of charges. Okay, he's been there for damn near a year, maybe longer. He's been given bail, but he hasn't been able to make the bail. Anywho, there were some jailhouse calls that were released from a lady by the name of Pam Esquire. She has a YouTube channel here. She ended up finding them and she released a call. Kenya wanted to show her progress building the spa. This is not a she by Shein situation. People are desperately trying to twist this. They are serving alternative facts. Okay. I'm not going to read any more Kenya stuff. Y'all can come back up. Y'all can come up on the panel when you get ready to talk about it. But anywho, I wanted to talk about Miss Shirley Strawberry. So her husband's currently in jail. There was a call that was released between her and her husband. Made a few videos ago, I told you guys that Shirley had just celebrated her 69th birthday. I believe her husband is 55, maybe. He's a lot younger than her. And there were also calls to his girlfriend as well. Correct. So there were calls from the girlfriend, there were calls from Shirley. But we ended up hearing the call from Shirley, I think 2 calls. The first call was, I got something to tell you. And then she shared with him that it was her daughter who had, because he was expecting to get a bond. He had not been indicted for anything. He had been in jail for, I think, like over 90 days, and he was expecting to walk out of there. He was like, they don't have anything. They just dropped some charges. I should be home in like a week or 2. He was super excited. Hey, Rue. He was super excited about it. And then he was still thinking, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out. This is how he's speaking to his wife, Shirley Strawberry. And Shirley said, I have something to tell you. And she explains to him that her daughter had spoken to the police. And the tone in that man's voice, the energy, everything, just boom, did a complete 360, 180, completely changed. Okay. He started screaming, does that girl hate me that fucking much? Like he's screaming at the top of his lungs in the jail. And Shirley's like, whoa, listen. I don't think she has no idea what her daughter went down to say. He did, but Shirley didn't. So she was defending her daughter, saying, I know. I just think that she was scared. Because, the police will get in your head and they'll say X, Y, and Z. But, it's not a problem. You'll be home in a few days. But you could tell after he got that news that he knew he wasn't coming home. I told you guys that literally a week before Shirley's birthday, a week or 2 before Shirley's birthday last year is when they put those child P charges on him. And people were alleging that it also had something to do with Shirley's children. And it could possibly be. We don't know. We haven't seen that full thing, but I haven't anyway. You guys may have seen it. I haven't. Thank you, Miss Tina. We got another mod who showed up. Thank you so much. However, the tone in that man's voice, I mean, literally night and day. He went from, hey, baby, and, God, I've been praying. I know you've been praying for me, to, I'm in this bitch for real. Like, he knew he wasn't coming home. And that's it. I'm going to play part of it for y'all in a little bit. Thank you. I didn't mean to put that on the screen, but thank you. The other thing that he did was he talked to the girlfriend who helped him with some things. But when he talked to the girlfriend, it was a completely different conversation than the one he was having with Shirley. Okay. With Shirley, it was all about Jesus and all of that, right up until she let him know that her daughter had went down to the police station. And then it turned into something different. He was just pissed, angry, off the chain. But when he was talking to the girlfriend, he was telling her how he needed her to send him some nude photos and how beautiful she was, and the things he was going to do to her when he got out. And it was nasty as all hell. I mean, it was almost like this man is not aware that these phone calls are taped. Now, I do want to say that the way Shirley was speaking to him let me know that she knew that the phone calls were taped, because she was like, calm down, like, we don't want to have these conversations on the line. But he was already there. He had already went to, 0 to 60. And he was just saying whatever. But the conversation he was having with the girlfriend, just completely, you can tell that they were in it. And when he was coming home, he was going to that woman's home, not to his wife's home. And then there's a second conversation that Pam also had on her channel, excuse me, where when she spoke to with Shirley for the second time. But the second time he speaks with Shirley, her tone changed. You can tell that she was just doing it out of obligation, if at all. And she didn't have like a whole lot of hope. In fact, it sounded like she might have been presented with the rest of those charges and she didn't know how to feel. But a lot of people have been saying that she knew. A lot of people have been saying Shirley knew, and, they felt really like she should be, more protective to her daughter and things like that. When Shirley was in the first conversation, she said that she hadn't spoken to her daughter in weeks. She hadn't seen her grandchildren. I don't know if her and her daughter if their relationship has gotten any closer. I do know that she's like wished her happy birthday and things like that on her IG page. But that's heartbreaking. And I told you guys that I thought that her daughter was in her teens, like 19 or so, when they started dating, I think. But y'all can let me know if y'all have anything else. They are recorded. Yes, all of those calls are recorded. How doofy. And not only are they recorded, but they are clearly public, because someone said that there was over 250 hours of conversation that he's had on the phone lines with people, and she had only pulled two conversations that he had with Shirley, and then one that he had with a friend. The one that he had with a friend, a male friend, he was saying that he couldn't get a hold of Shirley. He was like, she won't answer any of my calls. I don't know what's going on. There's something wrong. When you and I hang up, can you please reach out to Shirley and let her know that I'm going to be calling her again tomorrow, and for her to pick up. So, I think that's horrible. Thank you, Linda, for asking people to get these likes up. We got 362 of you watching, 241 of you hit the like button. If everybody could hit the like button, that would be awesome, please. And thank you. Let's see. Overton said, what did Ernesto do with the animals? Whoo, I don't know. I've been listening to different lawyers, and I think that it comes as a package. I think that they'll say animals and children. Like if they say children, they'll just basically say anything that can't protect themselves, we need him not to be around. So that's what I think that is about. Oof, dear Lord, because they only ever spoke about children, alleging children. The other lawyers, so the prosecutors, have only alleged children. Let's see what Betty G said. Betty G said that Shirley heard about the girlfriend And that's when her attitude changed. Whoo, child. That's something. How old is her daughter? Her daughter, I believe now is around 26, 27. I think that's her age currently. Um, let's see. So anywho, I'm about to drop the link because I'd love to hear from you guys on all the topics. Y'all can windmill on the panel. Just keep it cute. Okay. I like to make sure that I respect all of you. So I want to make sure that you respect me, respect everybody in the chat. There's no need to get, indignant. We can talk. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pin this. Here we go. So I just pinned the link. I just pinned the link to join the chat if you are interested. Hopefully you are. If y'all can come and be off camera, that would be great. I like to interact with people when you are off camera. But if you are on camera, you're going to have to show me your face when you get back here. That way I can know you're a real person and someone that I want to talk to. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let me see what is going on. All right. Cinnamon Swirl. Hey, child.
Hi.
Hey, girly. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Are you Cinnamon Swirl from Mexico?
No.
Okay. I might
No.
have gotten you mixed up. I apologize. So sorry. Okay. We talked about three things today. We talked about Erica Mena, Mona Scott, all those people. We've talked about Kenya Moore in particular, but you can tell if anything you want to talk about in regards to the reunion is fine, including Drew. Drew was a lot to take in. And then the little argument that happened between Sheree and who else? Sheree and Kandi. Kandi Yams. Y'all know that Kandi Yams actually got somebody's channel striked. She had a video up of the fake cousin, Ralph's fake cousin, and they were talking about mental health and her sister. And I guess she took the video down and edited it because she knew that maybe it was, too inflammatory. Someone had actually recorded it, released it. It made all the blogs, and then Kandi had sent over information to have that person's channel strike. So they removed the video and struck their channel. That was unfortunate. I forgot to mention that as well. And then, of course, we talked about Shirley Strawberry and her husband, Ernesto, and the conversations that she was having with him in jail. But she basically broke the news to him that it was her daughter that had went down to the police station and gave them the information needed not only to keep him in jail, but to up his charges, which included child P. That is a lot. I don't know if Shirley knew that in the beginning because she said she had no idea what her daughter had talked to the cops about. But as the months went on and she had that other conversation, you can tell that there was something she was aware of. So anywho, thank you, Cinnamon Swirl, for letting me talk a little bit more, but go ahead and tell me what you think.
First, Erica Mena.
Okay.
She has been a problem for the last, 15 years. And she does not like Black women. And my thing is that if you don't like us, get off our shows. Love and Hip Hop, New York, and then also Atlanta are Black shows. So if you don't like us, get off our shows. Go get on your own show. But get off our show. So I'm glad she's gone. I hope they don't bring her back. I don't look at the show, but what I did was I went to look at that episode, and it's typical Erica. I know you shouldn't go for kids, but Spice, the level that Erica came at her, it wasn't warranted. She just says your son doesn't like you. I've heard Erica say for years when she was on New York that her son didn't like her, that her mother basically raised that boy. So, she's just being typical Erica. The way she flipped that table over was very violent. To me, that was like somebody hitting me. So, She gets what she deserves. I'm glad she's gone. The monkey thing is a no for me. I'm not a dark skinned person. I'm about your complexion.
Mhm.
But I don't like the monkey. And she was making the sounds
Woo,
and calling
child,
her a monkey. And
the
um
sound. It took.
yeah.
I was watching my. I had my phone. I had to rewind it like at least. I swear to you, I rewound that part at least 10 times because I was like, I was trying to see if she was even aware what she was doing. I was like,
Yes, she is aware.
this is
She's
so
very much
normal for
aware.
her. Yeah, I said, this is so normal for her that the person behind her was like, get your ass in the car. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It was crazy. It
Yeah.
was,
And my thing is that when you come for us, it's time for us to stop that. So you know what, you want to come for us, it's time for us to stick together. I say the same thing when it comes to Funky D. That those remarks he made about Chloe, about her being ugly, you want to come for us, it's time for us to stand together, use our power and shut this stuff down. I don't care if you are us. If you're going to act that way because you are not for us, then you won't have our support. I unsubscribed from him when he spoke about Mel the way that he did. I don't f with that. I unsubscribed and I don't listen to him anymore because my thing is that if you want to come for a black woman, then you know what, I have no support for you because I'm a stand with my sisters because I'm a sister. And we need to stick together and stop letting, I don't care if it's our men, our women, another race, stop letting people come for us, stick together.
and
And
this is
if
why,
we can make some waves, we are very powerful. And we need to stick together and cut this mess off.
and this
Um,
world, let me interject if I can. The one thing that
mm-hmm,
I would like for us to pay attention to and understand, we watch these kids grow up. They gotta grow up, okay? And
mm-hmm,
these girls, they get their bodies, they have to know their body, they have to understand it, just like we give little boys the freedom to be go from boy to men. We do not attack young men the way we attack young girls, and they can be
yeah,
out there slinging it from the moon all the way down into the core of the earth, and nobody says anything. Okay, oh, he's being a boy, he's being a what. Let these girls grow up. They have to figure themselves out. They literally left their mama's house and now they're trying to figure themselves out in the world. Period. Okay. I'd rather see a young girl at 25 wear, little hot clothes than a grown woman at 45, 65 wear those same clothes. You should know better. Okay. That's
exactly,
my opinion. I know we all have them.
exactly,
Okay. But at the end,
exactly,
any,
exactly.
go ahead.
When I was young, I wore short this and that. I'm 60 years old now, so I dress appropriate for my age. Even
Yes.
though I can still wear those short things, I don't because I'm 60 years old. You know,
Right.
I have grandchildren.
Let the kids have them.
Yeah, let the kids have it.
That's what they're for. If you are shopping at Forever 21, okay, and you ain't buying a t-shirt, there's a problem. You can't
Exactly.
put that stuff can't put all that stuff on, but that girl is trying to figure herself out. She may not know
Right.
herself. And, and I'm not even being like mean. I think she's a beautiful girl, but when you're that young, you are still wrestling with who you are and how you fit into whatever these things are, these beauty boxes and all those things. Let her
Yeah,
figure that out. She's 20. That's when all of that stuff is supposed to happen, not when you're
exactly.
40s or 50s. Okay. Anyway, sorry
Exactly.
about that. Go ahead.
Exactly. Exactly. And when it comes to Kenya, well, first of all, this reunion, this whole season of RHOA, I've been quite disappointed. They need to recast everybody. I just was sitting there looking at this like, is this the best we can do? It was just a mess. The reunion. I was disappointed in Kenya. She's such a smart woman.
Hmm.
Now I can say I was not a fan of Kenya for the first 5, 7, 8 years that she was on RHOA. I know she was a villain, but she went so low. And I understand it was because of her childhood hurt, but she went so low. So I didn't care for her.
Hmm.
Now she's okay with me. I believe that having her daughter has softened her up.
Mm-hmm.
and we can see, a better Kenya. But I was quite disappointed in that blank subpoena. That she's too smart for that. So
I
I know people,
agree. That was
yeah,
that was my thing too. When I actually got like secondhand embarrassment because I said Kenya is too smart for this,
she's
and
too
her
smart for
only
that.
comment was, "Oh, they printed it out wrong." And I said she would have never. The problem with that is Kenya would have never went on stage with that.
Right.
She went, you know what I'm saying? If they printed it out wrong, she would have attacked those people. She knew,
Exactly.
and I felt bad that that happened that way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Kenya prides herself. She prides herself in being accurate, whatever she brings out. So it made her look so bad.
It did.
Um,
And then
it
she
made her look
started
so bad.
stumbling. Remember, she said they someone said, "Oh, you thought Portugal was in Spain," and she said I get my geometry wrong, and she said, "Did I say that right?" And Candy was
Yeah.
like, "Geography." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah.
no,"
Geography.
because
Exactly.
when we called her out in the subpoena, she started, messing up. I was like,
Right.
I
Right.
felt bad. I really did. I actually still
Yeah.
have secondhand
Yeah,
embarrassment.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes, we get stuff like that. We forget because we're getting up there in age, and sometimes you don't think about certain things. So, that wasn't so bad, but that subpoena is it being blank, and it was such an embarrassment. And because now, if Sheree did it, no big thing, because she's a dummy. But Kenya, no, Kenya is intelligent. She's smart.
I
She's
know.
so it. I was like, ooh, oh God. So
Sad too. I mean,
yeah,
I could tell that I can tell it stung her a little bit. And
yeah,
then
it did.
he made the comment, um, "Did you forget? I'm used to going to jail, so whatever." And then when she told her, "If you do subpoena me, I will not come," I was like, "Oh no." I know you wanted this to be like a shock factor, and it would have gone great if you would have had that
Hmm.
filled out. But damn,
Right, yeah. And I guess maybe that's why they didn't show her soft opening on the season towards the end. I guess I don't know why. I know she was quite disappointed that they didn't show it on the show, but maybe because they realized it wasn't complete. I don't know. But anyway,
Mhm.
I was quite disappointed in Kenya on the reunion. I hope she does better, but I think part two is going to be mostly about Drew and Ralph in that situation.
Mhm.
So I don't know how the rest of it's going to go, but anyway,
Mhm.
and then
Thoughts on Shirley Strawberry?
Strawberry. Now, I can say this: I've been so disappointed in Shirley because she does her letter, and I listen to it, and she's always trying to give this advice and blah blah blah. And
Mhm.
then when I hear about her husband, I'm like, wait a minute. You're it's nothing like I thought. So I don't even listen to them anymore on the radio. I'm so disappointed in her. And then Steve and Marjorie have that mess going on. So I don't listen to it anymore. But what I'm confused about is that I'm almost pretty sure her daughter is almost 30, if not 30 years old. And they've been married with like 10 years now, and they got married quite quickly. So I don't think her daughter was a child when they got married. So I'm not sure what happened with that. I know she does have children.
So one of the
Her daughter.
saying in the call as well is I can't protect her. I was taking care of her children. And Shirley kept saying, I know, baby, I know. And this was without knowing, this was without knowing that her daughter had actually went down and whatever those additional charges were, she enforced
Mm,
those charges. She basically gave them some information. But when he was acting like I can't protect her now. She knows this, right? And I was like, what the is that about? Like, what are you saying you can't protect her now? She's grown,
right.
very, very grown. But
Yeah.
you can tell it was an abusive, it sounded abusive to me. I will say that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Miss D, I'm going to put you on the screen, okay? So I didn't know if you wanted to cam up or you wanted to stay off cam, but I'm going to put you up.
Yeah.
Um, and then, okay, sorry about that. Okay, and then I'm gonna let you wrap up, and then we're gonna go to Miss Hooper.
Okay. And let me see. Anything else that you mentioned?
Um, that's pretty much it. Someone actually said, "Cool cat, I have your comment up here." She said, "Not sure," or I should say, they said, excuse me, because I'm not sure if it's a he or she. Not sure if you guys watched Speak on it. I did not, but she said Kandi said that they were informed of some news just before the recording. So they were all off except for Sheree because she practiced. And I believe that. I did not hear that, but now that you've put that out there, it makes total and complete sense. Everybody seemed just a tad bit off to me, but Sheree was auditioning, so she was getting her information out there. So my
Yeah, she was. And she needs to be fired first. Sheree is lame. That child needs to go back and get her GED and learn some stuff.
yeah, she ain't gonna do that, child. She ought to. She done with school. Okay. What did y'all think of the comment that Sheree said about Bob? She said, Bob, what did she say? Bob was still at my house when Andy asked if Bob and Martell had met. She said, no, that was their first time, and that Bob stayed at her home. He was upstairs and she didn't know it, and her and Martell were downstairs. I was like, Sheree, you have no idea. Like, we are too wise for this. Martell,
Hmm.
the way he walked in that house, completely uncomfortable. He knew damn well that that man was still upstairs, and there's no way he would have allowed it. He would have gotten his car and left because he's just way too insecure. Okay. Un
Absolutely.
Yeah. Under
That whole situation with her and Martell is such a fake storyline.
It's a fake
Such
one.
a such a fake storyline.
It
And it just needs to be over. If no one else, if they keep everybody but Sheree, well, I don't know about everybody because I think Marlo needs to go too. She doesn't really bring anything to the show but a bunch of mess. Sheree, they say Drew lies, Sheree lies just as much, Marlo lies just as much. It's that they have all gotten together and Drew is an easy target for them, but they lie just as much as Drew.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Miss Hooper. I want to make sure because I got a lot of people coming up now. So I appreciate you, Miss Cinnamon Swirl. Oh,
Thank you.
don't mind when bring Miss Millie Chan up. She is back here. Hi, Millie Chan.
Hello, Diana.
How are you, honey?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in. I heard you and I heard the chat, and I just want to thank you all because I really don't have a reason to lie. you know,
I
I,
know.
I was
Go
just,
ahead. Listen, I know there's a
honestly,
lot of Kenya fans, but
it is.
I was on TikTok last night. I was like, wait a minute. I saw your little post. I went, That girl did not do that after windmilling about the fake storylines and that was a major part of
Yeah,
her story. I was like, what
right.
happened?
Well, I just like whenever I travel, like I'm actually on the road now and getting ready to do another book signing and stuff. So we were in Atlanta. That was my first stop. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to Kenya Moore Hair Care Spa because I'm gonna buy some products. Like Kenya is not at the top of my list, but I patronize Kandi, Ti, so I was like, why not? And it's so
Mhm.
exciting, right? Because she
It is.
said, it's open.
It's
So I
open.
went there and I was like, okay. Now I did misspeak. That lobby was just the lobby. It just looked. It was some lights hanging down, and I was like, that's what got me with the lights. But I was like, this is crazy.
What area of Atlanta is it in?
It's in Chambly.
Okay. I think that's where Dr. Heavenly's store is. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Either way, I have went to Heavenly Store. I am going to venture out to Candy, or excuse me, to Kenya's spot as well. Because you
Yeah.
said it, I was like, I didn't even think about it. I had went to her IG page, but
Mhm.
I think it's a trip.
Now, Kandi was right. She was 100% correct. Like, there is a door on the side that you can open it. Now,
Hmm.
I don't actually know where. I'll say this. It's the same room that Kenya and what's her name? Keela was in.
Hmm.
Because, they had that one scene where she was talking about Kenya Moore hair care. This is going to be Kenya Moore. They had that one scene. I think Kenya had a hard hat on, or Akila did. And that was it.
Hmm. Okay.
So it still
Girl.
looked like the same place.
Okay. I believe you, honey. I was actually shocked. That was the thing that when I read it, I was kind of like, whoop. because I just know that there's so much that has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
People on Twitter and everybody like really going to bat for her, and then
Right.
producers coming out and saying that their lives have been threatened, and people are talking about, just recasting everybody. I was like, oh, this is just hurtful. I would like for it to have been, for us to have a little more detail prior
Right.
to it coming out like this.
But if you go over there,
Mhm.
literally, if you go over there, I had someone to message me right like today, and they were saying I live in that because it's an apartment complex,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And next to her storefront is a nail shop, and next to that is an Orange Theory,
Okay.
right? The Orange
Mhm.
Theory is open. The nail shop will be open soon, and then it's Kenya's place.
Okay.
And I apologize today to Kenya,
Okay.
right? That's
Mhm.
it. And
Okay.
and I and I understand she has fans and they feel a certain way, and that's great, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I would urge you to go and see for yourself, with everyone has, and
Mhm.
at the end of the month it could be running, and that will be great. I'm happy for her. Like I even said it in my review. Yes, I would have liked to have seen Kenya's, because I don't think Kenya had a storyline. I think that would have been a great storyline for her.
For sure. I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I was feeling for her the entire time. Like, okay,
Yeah.
girl, I get it. You're upset. They gave us this. She said this fake story with Marlo and the orphanage and all this other stuff. I was like, okay, I understand where she's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I don't understand why the show producers decided to nix that part of the story. And
Yeah.
it made me feel bad for two reasons, because y'all remember there was a scene maybe 2 seasons ago between her and Cynthia, between Kenya and Cynthia, where something got canceled and Kenya started screaming, "You guys are gonna pay for my hair and makeup and whatever
Yes.
she came out of pocket
I
for."
remember that.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, she came out of pocket for this party, and not that she can't afford it. It's just that there's things that they do for the show, and she revealed that, period. She said, we spend for this show. So
Right.
when things happen, I think it was Nene who revealed that when things don't go the way you planned it, it really is like, well, damn, I could have done something completely different,
Right.
had this be another storyline at a different time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was that for me.
Right. And if I have any regrets about it, it would be I just would have maybe worded it different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a content creator, so everything I look at is content.
Right.
So it wasn't me. I never, in my head, I never was thinking about exposing her. I mean, I like Kenya. I don't have a problem with Kenya. I don't know her. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that was never my intention to hurt her. That's why I apologize, because it doesn't matter what everyone else says. It just matters how I affected her. And that bothered me.
Okay.
So I was like, this can be totally different. I mean, I want her to have it. The way she was talking when she was in her interview, she was saying it's open. I was like, I'm going out there.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna go buy me some shampoo, and I'm gonna buy me some conditioner. I'm gonna have me some Kenya Moore hair care, and I'm gonna talk about it. That was
Right.
my whole intention.
Right. Makes sense, child. I got it. I
Yeah.
was going to read it the way I saw it, because I was like, I know I picked that post up, but I'm glad you came on to clarify
Yeah.
everything. That's
And that's
cool.
it. And I thank
I
you.
love
Thank you
what you
so
do,
much. And
girl.
thank you, Chad.
Okay.
Y'all have
Follow
a good
Millie
night.
Chan. She's really awesome. And I appreciate you reposting something I had on TikTok a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. I love your stuff.
Thank you. All
Y'all have
right.
a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I'm sorry. I actually lost a few of y'all. But let's continue. I think I had Miss Hooper up next. So those are the subjects. I'm glad that Millie Chan had an opportunity to come up and say that she apologized to Kenya because she realized that she may have affected her in a way that was hurtful. But she wanted everybody to know that she had just went because she's a fan. So that's cool. I hope that, clarifies things or clear things up. Anywho, hey, Miss Hooper.
Hello, how you doing today?
Awesome.
Can you, well,
Thank
first of all, I want to say what I'm about to say is my opinion.
you.
My opinion was only for entertaining and teaching purposes only.
This is
Okay.
a discussion, child. Everything is opinion and a
And the lineage. Okay. My thing, the only thing I'm going to say first thing first is like the Real House of RHOA. I feel they do need to just recast everybody
Mhm.
and just start over. I stopped watching it after Nene left. I didn't watch it no more after that. I stopped watching it since then. They do. I feel like they do need to recast.
Mhm.
Um, I don't agree with what Kandi did for striking another content creator's page, where she could have just
I just
contact that person.
I just read
Alleged.
somebody say, let me clear that up too, because I saw that it was struck, but someone just said that they actually asked YouTube to remove the strike. That they didn't want anything to happen to her channel, that just that it be taken off. So she did ask for it to be removed, which is great because I think it's Jay Lee's Corner. She is someone that I would watch. And I didn't watch that particular video because I saw it on one of the other bigger blogs like Shade Room or something. But they're saying that they asked that the strike be removed. So I don't know if Jay Lee is confirming that it was removed or not, but that's what I understand. So I just
Oh,
wanted to.
okay. Yeah. So I hope that they got that understood and situated at that point. Okay. And the next thing I want to, one next thing I want to speak on is now the Sheree and Martell. I'm gonna just skip over that because them two, they are just hilarious. For one, I say they deserve one another.
We weren't
I,
entertained by Ray saying exactly what Kimmy said. He involves
it's
too much of his mess. Even though he was sweet as pie and kind to me, I get way too involved in his mess. They drag me in. So I had to end the relationship for that reason. Did you think that was respectful?
hmm, I probably would say maybe and maybe not, but who's to say? I wouldn't believe nothing Sheree say and nothing Martell say.
Okay.
Uh, Either way, because they do everything for camera. It's just to see what they're gonna get, and at the end of the day, it's like you ought to see that the whole everybody is dragging them to. So it's no matter what they do, what they try, they have been caught in lies after lies after lies, and they don't care. So I guess me personally, I'll be like, you won't get anybody to talk about you. If you don't get anybody to talk about you, then maybe y'all will fade away somewhere.
Right.
But in Martell case, we really can't. We gotta keep eyes on him. You gotta keep your mouth on him because if you let him fade away, he gonna go deeper after male. So I would say, in Martell, keep your feet on his neck because you gotta keep eyes on him because he think like my granny, like my auntie would say, he think he's slick, but I'm the grease. So we the grease for him. He's not.
Word.
So you have to stay on Martell's neck on that situation. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna speak on is the strawberry letter. What's her name?
Shirley
Miss
Strawberry.
Right. In that case, this is it's very unfortunate,
Oh yeah.
and I sympathize with her daughter because I was in a situation, but my mom knew. She tried to pretend and tried to tell the family she didn't know, but
Were you
she knew.
younger, like
And
a child? Were you?
I was 13. I was
Oh.
13.
Mm.
And when I went to her and told her, because it was a friend that stayed in the house with us, I went to her at the moment that person tried to do something. And she threw me back down the stairs and like, as almost like threw me towards that person and said, "You such a liar. You just don't want to do this, this, this." But I found out later on, somebody was like, the auntie was like, uh, you was pretty much paid off situation. My mom dead and gone now because she's been gone now for 7 years, but there was a lot of animosity between my mother and myself. She never apologized for it. She didn't care. Her way of apologizing was like, if I did, oh well, get over it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That to this day still resonate with me, but I'm going through therapy to learn how to get over it. So which means if that means that I had to cut off certain family members because they still upholding the lie when they all know, I just let it go in a sense. I let it go for me in the sense of I just don't do family reunions. I don't do family gatherings. I stay away from it. And it's gonna take me time. And I pray for this young lady
It
because
affects
it's gonna take time.
it affects you for the rest of your life, and people don't think about that. 1 in 3 girls are SA'd by a family
Right.
or an adult or a friend. 1 in 3. That's a lot. That's literally
It
every
it
person you meet on the street.
and
And
it just made me question myself. Oh, I don't mean to cut you off, but it made me question myself as a human being. And I've tell folks, I don't know how if because I've heard people tell their stories about, oh, my first time with this, my first time. Well, I tell folks, I don't know what that felt like because I was violated.
mhm,
And it was unfair, unfortunate,
mhm.
and I'm okay with it, ladies. I am okay. And I'm still working through it. And then the next thing I'm gonna say before I leave out is Erica. I
Yes.
personally, let me say this.
Okay.
I don't really think she's fired. I just think they put her in timeout. I
Okay.
think because for one, y'all, they taped this. They heard what she said before it hit, like it aired. Now that everybody's saying something about it, it's oh okay, we're gonna fire her, but she's not fired. I don't believe, in my opinion. I just believe she's in a timeout. Then watch what's gonna happen when she do get ready to come back. They're gonna have her to do an apology, and then it's gonna be as if we're gonna sweep this under the rug.
Mhm.
That's it, and I'm done.
I agree. I agree with you on that. These people still have a connection to these shows, and at the end of the day, they'll bring them back for something. They'll give them a chance to say something about it. They're going to just blow it off as it is reality. She said it. Now she gets to talk about how she said it. Same with Evelyn, right, from Basketball Wives. She went away, and then they brought her back. That's what I thought, anyway. But anywho, I appreciate you, Miss Hooper. Thank you for sharing your story and giving your opinion on all of these subjects. And I hope you come back, okay? Let's go to Mildred.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Mildred, how are you? Thank
I'm
you for
good.
coming up.
Thank you for having me. It's my first time up here.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I want to say
Mhm.
when I hear women supporting women, what was her name? Millie Chan?
Millie Chan, yeah.
I was so impressed that she came out and she said she just wanted to apologize to Kenya if
Yeah.
it hurt her
Yes.
because that wasn't her intention. That'd be great
Yes. I'm happy
if
she
they
had come up to say that too.
right. Wouldn't that be great if the women of RHOA took a page from that? Because to me, they're always scratching and scraping and pandering for a storyline, and it comes off so mean, so nasty. Um, let's talk about Drew just a little bit. I felt for her the entire season. I don't even watch this. I catch it on you content creators because I stopped watching it a long time ago after Nene left. When
Oh,
I thought real storylines, when it was real stuff happening. Right now, it's also contrived and messy, and they go to the lowest of lows on this show now. And I don't think that they understand that the demographic really don't want that. We don't really want to see that.
right?
We really don't, but they think we do.
Hmm.
So that's just that. I like Kenya a lot. She's extremely intelligent. I don't think people know how bright Kenya is.
Hmm.
She wasn't ready. It made me think that something else was going on because she seemed checked out.
Well, that's what someone in the comments said. They said that Kandi actually made that announcement on her YouTube channel that prior to them all coming out on stage, they were all given some sort of, message
Mhm.
that threw them off. And I'm kind of wondering if they were told,
They're not coming back.
yeah, that this could be. I mean, for Andy Cohen to have come out and said no decisions have been made yet, we're waiting for the
Yeah,
reunion to be over. I'm like, well, then you clearly talked about it. Someone definitely leaked it. They
right.
didn't say it's not that it isn't true, so it's true on some level.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, that's a pretty hard. That's a pretty hard. Message to get right before you're supposed to go out and let's face it,
and perform.
right?
Right, right.
Absolutely.
I just
Absolutely.
I expect great things from Kenya. She's going to bounce back no matter what. I think
Mhm.
her salon is going to do well when it's up and running. I'm not really concerned about that too much. She kind of misspoke a little bit, but it's okay. Kenya will rebound. She is notorious for rebound. She's
Mm-hmm.
not only beautiful, but she's brains. Oh my gosh. Now, Erica Mena.
Mm-hmm.
She's been problematic for years.
Mm-hmm.
She's been problematic. I feel like she's always felt that way. That she's a pretty woman, and I think she feels that lighter complected makes her better. But what really is jarring about it is that her children are half black.
It is jarring about it. That's 100% correct. And like I said, this isn't the first time.
Nope.
This has happened before. This also happened with a young lady she was dating. I forgot that woman's name, but she was dating Joe Budden or engaged to Joe Budden. Do y'all remember her? Erica Mena was dating her too.
Okay.
Anywho, she had come out and said something like, Black men prefer Latino girls or something to that extent. And she thought it was funny, and people got her ass completely together. It's the last time we heard from her, to be honest. Her name is Sin. Thank y'all. Thank you, Cool Cat. Yes, Sin. She came out and said something really ignorant. And I was like, you lay with a black man every night. You look for him, you prefer him. And yet you have no respect for his mama, his sisters, his aunties, his grandmother. It's disgusting. And y'all have to figure this out.
Yeah. I hope she's not on a timeout. I hope she really is gone for good, because that behavior is ugly to the bone, and it's really what's in her. If she would say that to Spice, say it to me, she would say it to the woman who writes her checks.
She'll say it to Safari's mama.
Thank you. So I was like,
the people that he has come out and said, these people are my mama, my sister, are everything to me. I would be nothing without them.
Right.
But today he was windmilling for Erica. That's the mother of my children, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. That's what he said.
He doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't, but she's not contrite. She's not. She shows absolutely no remorse for it, because that's how she feels. And I got a feeling that Karma's going to spin the block on her behind in another way. But what's so strange is they were holding her and she was making all those sounds. And I wondered to myself, I was thinking, and I don't condone this, but I had a moment. Let her go. Let her go and let her get monkey stomped.
Listen, when she did it the first time, because the way she did it, flipping the table up, knocking everything at her, and I was like, okay, how bad is this going to get? Like, did the crew come up right away? But when she realized she couldn't get to her the way she wanted to, that's when she started calling her a monkey. And I went, oh, now we know who Erica is. Because you been kissing that woman on the cheek before that, talking about that's your friend. You would never, ever, ever, ever say that if that was truly your friend.
Oh, yeah. It's in her. It's just who she is. And I'm done with her. I hope they do not bring her back. The same with Evelyn. But Evelyn is back. I think she's coming back.
I think so, too. I think I read that, too. Yep,
yeah. Lastly, Miss Shirley Strawberry. Oh, my God. I admired her for so long. I used to drive to work on my commute listening to her and Steve. I do not listen to them anymore. I cannot. It's been just too much coming out of their camps. Something milk and clean. I really hope that everything with her family mends. I got a feeling that that man is going to be gone up the road for a while, but I hope her and her daughter can mend whatever they need to mend, and the family gets back on track and they do some healing. And that's it. It's been a pleasure, guys, to talk to everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming up. I hope you come back.
Will do.
Okay. Bye-bye, Miss Mildred.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Dee.
Hey.
Hey, girl. How are you?
Okay.
What you got to talk about?
With Erica.
Erica?
Second time. She called Johnny Blaze a monkey.
Oh, okay. I knew I heard her say I know she's used the N-word before and she's gotten checked about it. People told her not to do it. And I know that I felt like she did something that, in that manner with someone else, with a woman. Like I said, I know Sin also came out of pocket and everybody kind of swarmed in on there. It's not something she would have missed. So I'm not for sure why she was so doggone comfortable with that.
And then everybody justifying, oh, she talked about your child. No, you brought it up. You giving energy for 2 kids, you forget you got 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Smarty.
That's right. That's right. That's
And
right.
then it really wasn't about the kids. It was
Right.
about Safari.
It was about Safari. Her
It was,
problem was that she thought Spice and Safari were too close. They were because they were talking about her, and she didn't like it. That was her problem with it.
you
That's what
could see it clicked in her head then because she sat there at the table calm, asking her, well, how do you know that? And then when it clicked in her head, that's when she went off.
right.
Didn't go off right away soon. Spice said these words.
Hmm.
Because I'd have called her everything else but the child of God before I called her a monkey.
How do you feel about Spice coming in and saying that it comes with the job, that she was fine, that I'm not, I don't know if she was just saying, I'm not broken, or if she was saying, listen, I'm not broken. And also, there really shouldn't be any repercussion to Erica, because Scrappy came out and said the same thing. This is the producer's fault. There should be no repercussion for Erica. No repercussions for those.
They could have covered for her and never showed it or never let it come out.
Okay.
But they had months and months to decide on that because Spice been talking about the table flip for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I just call that the pretty 2 old liars.
Mm-hmm.
Every last one of them lied. Kandi lied. What happened in the dungeon, stay in the dungeon. She trying to force Drew out of the closet. Why you
Yeah.
get sign an NDA?
Right. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. How you make other people sign NDAs and you forcing everybody else to come out the closet. Girl, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kandi made a big deal about Drew liking women. So do you.
Right. Damn. Girl,
Because
that's
I'm
why I
quite
have
sure
no
Todd don't let you go and pick up men and bring to y'all bedrooms. You talking about y'all having threesomes. It's with another fish instead of a damn French fry.
facts. Facts.
So
Okay.
how you going to tell somebody else's story?
That's true. We
And
gotta.
Candy's the type, if you ain't behind her, you're nothing.
Mhm. Okay,
And
hold on. ADR has a message here. She said that Spice did an airport live today and kind of retracted that no biggie statement. Now she feels differently. Okay, thank you, girl, for letting me know. Because I was thinking when she first said that, I thought she was trying to get in front of there being any type of repercussion or consequences for Erica, which I still think she was doing that. But now that it's gone down, wow, that's something. Okay. Sorry
and all
about
these
that.
love and hip hop non-supportive characters, the only one speaking up for her. Lyrica, what have you done? A
Oh,
nail, a
Erica?
nail polish, G.I. Joe,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and then what's her name? Akbar the Beast.
Akbar. Okay. Yeah. She's up there talking about it too. So these are all people who are coming out in support of Erica.
Yeah, talking about they gonna cancel her because she called somebody a monkey.
Oh, they're
Girl,
saying,
you been canceled.
okay, so is Akbar actually for or against Erica?
She's for Erica.
For Erica. Okay. Okay.
You talk about my kids, you'll never know what I might say.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. They're trying to figure it out, child. That is something. Okay. All right. Did you have anything else you want to say about Shirley Strawberry?
Surely she just said she reminded me of that song, I'll do anything for love.
Okay. So even though in these last calls where she clearly is, you can tell that she's like distraught. She celebrated her birthday this year. She looked amazing, by the way. But you could also tell that birthday celebration was we got to get over the hump of this man. You still think that maybe she's just too tied or too connected?
She's too connected because you just gotta think, me and you ever go anywhere, They got your picture posted by the cash register at every damn Petco.
Okay, that's true.
He can't even buy goldfish.
Okay, that's true, child. You right. You right. Okay. All right, Miss G. I think this is your first time up, so I appreciate you coming up to the panel today, and I hope
Thank
that you
you
get a
so
chance
much.
to see you.
You look lovely with your twists.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Come back.
Uh,
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye. All right, Miss Golden, you're my last person up. How are you?
I'm doing well, Diana. How are you?
I'm good. I missed you.
I know. I was like, I'm so glad I caught this live. I was like, where are you, Diana?
Yes, I know, child. I'm back. I'm back
All
to
right. That's
okay.
what I'm talking about. You look very pretty
Oh,
tonight.
thank you. I appreciate you so much. Okay, Miss Golden, you tell me what of all the topics what you want to talk about, and we'll have you close us out.
Oh, yay, me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the Erica Mena. Oh, I have to say, like, this behavior is definitely, we know this has been going on since Love and Hip Hop New York.
Hmm.
Like, it's escalated, definitely. It's escalated because this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted.
I wanted to
I
hear from
am
someone who I wanted to know if you felt like the producers pushed her into a space.
I think that definitely, well, first thing I did want to say, I'm sorry, like you're talking on my TV, but I don't hear you on my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I know that happens with like the delay.
Yes.
The thing I wanted to say before I started talking about the producers and Mona
Uh-huh.
was Shekinah.
Katana. Okay. Sure.
Somehow Shekinah is the one. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not giving any pass for Erica and all. I mean, because what she said and did was disgusting. For
Okay.
anybody who says don't talk about my children, to actually wish somebody else's mother would die. Who says that? Like, that's disgusting. There is no excuse for that. But just like Shekinah stirred up the mess down in Miami, and somehow, I mean, like, I'm not like Spice can everybody can react however she wants to, but Spice blamed that on Erica.
Erica. She did.
But
But it was
Shekinah actually
Katana
stirred
who
it up.
brought it to the group.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
yes, and the same thing with
I'm
this
gonna
sit
tell you,
down.
I've only watched these last two episodes. I haven't been able to watch the season, but I've watched these last two episodes
Mm-hmm.
based on the energy I was seeing. I didn't even realize they were going to come to blows like that. I was
Right.
watching the last two episodes thinking, whoa, are y'all still doing this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Erica Mena has fake everything. Like, are you not afraid that something going to rupture? Or, don't they tell you not to do that? It
I mean, I mean, like,
was a
you
lot.
don't have to move for me to think that her boobs are gonna pop at any second.
Ugh, it's pretty. Yes, I honestly was like, damn, she does not care. She was off.
She does not care. And anybody, I mean, but like the same thing. Shekinah, how can she be a mediator for anybody? Like
Fast.
if I say I get tired of Kimmy trying to be a mediator, but Kimmy has a calmer personality. She doesn't react, like other people do. Like the fact that she kind of actually thought that she would be able to sit down between these two people. I mean, Spice is definitely spicy. And sometimes have to even say, like, Spice, you've been in this country for a long time. My best friend is Jamaican. That doesn't give me an excuse. I'm not saying being white and saying my best friend is black.
Okay.
But like some of the patois is a little bit extra. She
Okay.
know we can't understand what she's saying when she going off on the live. Girl, we can't understand you. The
Okay.
captions
That was
can't
a lot.
understand you.
That was a lot.
I mean, sometimes she do put the patois on a little bit extra strong. So I just want to tell Spice that. But she's entitled. I mean, they're all playing characters.
I feel the same way about Safari. At least, Spice has an accent all the way through. Safari barely has an accent. He has
Yes,
from
exactly.
Brooklyn. Okay, like what are you doing?
Yes. I mean, we know you can speak it, we know you get it, whatever, but like
Right.
if it's not happening all the time, uh, I don't know. I probably get extra southern when I start getting excited. You know, I,
Oh,
I I think she can talk to us so we can understand her.
right.
Erica, oh, sir will go off. I understand. I see
There are
you
a
that.
lot of people who feel like Sir will go off, saying that Erica was coming from a place for her. That is why I asked. I had put up a poll question on the IG,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Whoo!" But I was like, maybe not everybody saw it because, again, for me, it was the monkey sounds. I was like,
Right.
I understand she was coming from a place for hurt, but you got to have a special kind of brain. Like you got to always think it in order for those
Exactly.
kind of things to come out of your mouth. You
Well,
have to always think it because that's the type of stuff you go home and be like, she's not gonna say it. So
exactly.
I think
That's
it doesn't.
something you can't take
Monkey
back.
sounds don't just come out.
No,
It
you.
doesn't.
It doesn't. Like that is something that she has said often. It
Fact.
has to be because it slipped out of her so far. Now, Erica, I want to say we're all Ericas because my name is Erica too. So,
Okay.
but I agree with what she's saying about it coming from a hurt place. So,
Yeah.
like, I do feel like, somebody say something about my kids, I'll probably flip a table too.
Uh
I
huh.
mean, because also knowing that that came from Safari and that Spice got it from Safari, I mean, like, I don't know how I would have reacted. So I do get that. But, all that other stuff where, you trying to, people are actually carrying you out, security's carrying you out. And then this is where you go. Now she just came and said that they fasted and prayed for 3 days
She
for
did.
this woman. And the first thing that comes out your mouth after you turn over this table is that you wish she would have owned it. Come on.
I would like to know more about the production because I'm gonna say this. That was the buildup for the whole meeting of Erica
Yes. Yes.
and Spice because we see Spice go to everybody on the cast
Mm-hmm.
say Erica is still effing Safari.
Mm-hmm.
Erica lied about not getting child support. Erica was like, "Why are y'all coming for me? Like, look at the dates. I got paid in April. I didn't get paid, June, July, August. I get paid this." And then what does
Kurt said it
Kurt
may have been late,
at
but you
least you
got it.
get paid? Yeah, at least you got paid. So
Right.
I'm fine. That, why would you even? So listen, for the mama who needs that money, that's not
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Exactly.
That's not cool. Okay. But she's trying to set the record straight. And since production did say, we're having these meetings and you're going to talk about Erica and get her to the
Mm-hmm.
place, but also you're bringing on people on set because this is how I see it. What's the Asian lady, Jen from Salt Lake City, whenever
Salt Lake City. Mm-hmm. Yes.
at the end of the day, you're bringing on people that you know have a
Mental
that
issue.
exactly. You know this person's a racist. You know that it's going to go there eventually, period.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to put them in a situation to go there. So
Right.
if that's the case, production has responsibility to vet
Exactly.
because you're paying someone
To
that
throw glasses at people. That's what Jen would do. Throw glasses. Yeah, she was horrible.
and in regards to the public, we don't want to see that in a politician, in the
Mm-hmm.
girl that works at the gas station, or anywhere else. And I don't want to see it on my TV. So if
Right.
that's the case, then you're going to have to vet people.
Yes.
Her being with a black man or married to a black man, her having black children doesn't make her, and even if she was, it still would have been dirty as all get out. But you know that was going to be a racial situation
Mm-hmm. Yep.
to me.
I definitely do think that production set that up, and they had all this time. I think that most folks have said that they do think that production set it up. There was
Right.
no reason, quite honestly, for them to even show that at all. Like, who is it in the past? The lady that would be drunk all the time, and then she would like spaz out. They gave her a timeout too because they had given her many chances.
Oh, I know you're talking
Tommy,
about
Tommy Lee,
Tommy.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah, Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. I mean, it was really like the same thing with her. They got her off the show. She was like she would, but I mean, it was fighting for her.
Her
I've never like hit anybody. She
and
just pop off out the mouth, and I agree they should let her go. Let her go. Let her go.
Tommy and Jocelyn. Yep.
Yes. Yes. Now, I don't think that they have fired Erica because all I remember them saying is like she won't be on next season. So that does sound like a timeout to me.
It's a timeout. You're right, girl. Okay.
They
Thanks
just
for
said
pointing that out.
Mona Scott Young's post was, it said that Erica will not premiere on next season.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You got to read between the lines because that's
Yes.
exactly
And
what.
so like I feel like she's just on a timeout, and Mona's gonna play this out to see how it goes. Because
Yeah.
it's about the money and the views.
And she will probably get paid for the time for the time out.
Yes.
Probably get paid because
She
as
allowed that to be
out,
shown. I mean, I'm
put
sorry.
into a situation. Yes.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Now, I've even seen people say, just like, Mel said, when they go low, I'm going to hell. No, that girl like opened the key. She had the key to hell. She sat down next to the devil. That is never something that would be appropriate in any setting, any situation. I understand that she's hurt. That she divorced Safari. Safari didn't divorce her, she divorced him. So
She had a
nothing that
relationship
he
with her?
do, unless they're still having sex, would cause her to react the way she acts. People can't even say his name.
Well, that was what was pointed out that she was still in a physical relationship with him.
Yes. And she was nasty for saying
That
like what he
change
did.
happens like that sometimes.
Yes. I mean, there's still way too many emotions in that. You can't tell people who to talk to when y'all all in the same friend group.
True.
That's immature and ridiculous.
True.
I've had enough of her. Sorry about I've had enough.
Okay.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion.
Yes.
Um, Sheree, definitely, she didn't come to play with the reads. I do think that all her reads were like written down on cue cards for her.
I think
Um,
that Ray was at home practicing. Somebody was like,
yes,
no, this is how you.
yes. No, those were not off the dome. She practiced all of those.
Well, it couldn't have been because everything she had to pull from behind her.
Yeah, so she already knew. Now, it was funny. That She News, that was funny.
She knew.
The
And
She News, that
she
was a good
practiced
one.
so much that she didn't stutter. She was able to get everything out.
Oh, very good point. But she didn't have any shade for Andy. Andy was the one that asked her about like, well, we know that you don't pay. How did that turn into Kandi? Everything with her was about Kandi. I'm really not understanding. Um, I don't know what's all the thing with her and Kandi. I am getting tired of them making the joke about Kenya still going through her divorce.
So
That has to be a very painful place for her because this man is putting her through the ringer. It's not like she wants to be, she doesn't want to be divorced from him at this point.
mhm.
I mean, I don't think that's something that we should be throwing shade at. And I'm not talking about us. I'm just saying, period.
Okay.
When you have someone that is literally just, I mean, because he made appearances on the show, like he was, I'm everything. I have this restaurant. I have this. He shouldn't be asking Kenya for anything. What you want her house for?
He wants support from her, right?
You want support from her.
He
Why is it that
said
you
on
need that?
Carlos King's show that the house thing is not true, but that he did want some sort of support and for her to pay some things.
Mm,
So yeah, it's pretty bad. But for me, this is my opinion.
mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes Kenya attached herself to him in the show in ways that is unexpected. Like with everything that he was doing, her
Right.
like needs to say to Marlo, you were trying to talk to my husband and blah blah blah. I was like, well, Kenya, you shouldn't even feel any type of warm spot for that man, like to bring him up in that capacity. No.
I
Um,
mean, literally, people say, have been separated longer than you've been married. So,
right.
like, I do feel like it's long enough for that connection to be gone. I really never saw any chemistry between them. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he could have been paid just like the first guy, um, allegedly, in my opinion.
Right.
So, but I just never saw any chemistry. I mean, I know Kenya wanted to have a baby really bad.
Right.
And Mark has a show. I need to stop reading the comments.
Right. Right. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead. Listen.
So I feel exactly like that. Courtney as a Drew should have never um just like let Courtney in, I think, like so fast with her. All this cousin Courtney, cousin Courtney, cousin Courtney. For anybody that he just met, I mean, like, even if it's your mama's cousin, uncle's daughter, and that makes us third cousins, like, whatever, I don't care. He didn't know her. His wife didn't know her. And if he was literally sitting on the phone running down his wife to this woman, then, I mean, there's no excuse. She's using everything. She's like, well, I talked to him on the phone and I did this and he told me that you do that. And so I don't believe anything you say. What? Say what? So that's go ahead.
Do you think that Ralph and Drew Sidora are gonna go all the way to the end divorce, or do you think?
If they don't, it'll only be because of him.
Okay.
Like if they go all, if I feel like it's just up
Forward
to
to his
Drew.
part next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to his part next week. And even though I do believe that people are outing her,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not there. She's not trying to be outed.
Right.
And I do believe that everyone on the stage should also understand what that is or what that looks like.
Right.
And I agree with Dee. If you're running around here making people sign non-disclosure agreements,
Yes.
then why are you outing people if that's not what they were, they weren't prepared to be outed. But
Do you think that, like, I mean, like, I don't, I started back this season. So, like, I don't remember, like, where this is supposed to be, whether or not it was in the dungeon or at one of the
was that
launch
it was at
parties.
Cynthia's
Yes. Okay.
party. So it was at
Okay.
Cynthia's bachelor party. Everybody walked away with the story.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad for me when I was watching it. I consider that the worst season of RHOA
Right.
because I watched the ladies ask the camera crew if they could turn the cameras off and just enjoy their time,
Mm-hmm.
whatever their time happened to be. Because I really didn't. Again, this is just me until people started saying on the show, like Cynthia was like, gay stuff always happened between these girls, blah, 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 blah. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, this is something you guys do. But prior to that, as viewers, we were none the wiser. We just thought,
Right.
do whatever. But
Right.
because they literally ended up showing the camera guy looking through the window and
Mm-hmm.
playing the audio, I was like,
Yes.
this is like the biggest. If you want people to trust you on that set, this is the worst way
Exactly.
to have.
Exactly.
And for Kandi to say things, and I'm not even blaming Kandi for anything.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
she brought Bolo to this party, but for her at
Yep.
the end of the day to say, well, y'all should just be honest because I'm honest. And I was like, but that's not where they were at the time. And
Right.
then Portia, y'all know Portia, everybody tried to, push her business out there.
Yes.
She never admitted to anything. She was just like, y'all can think whatever the hell you want to think.
Yes.
But the other girl,
Protest too much. We know it's true. Let it go.
right. What's the other girl that ended up leaving? She was the one,
You mean Ralph Tresvant's wife, or the one that came on with Drew that year? Ali, Latoya Ali, was that her
not
name?
Latoya. She is, what is her name? Oh, for Pete's sake. She had the long hair. She got into it with Nene when they were in Canada. And she started
Tanya.
Tanya Sams left the show after that. She was like, people were like, well, we know Tanya was in it. She was like, I'm done.
Right.
I was like, well, damn, they really messed people up. They really messed up these people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Because these people have families, and I
They
think
have
sometimes they
families, they
forget
weren't
they have
expecting
families.
this to happen. And because I also know that there are other shows that are involved in this type of crap. And we've never seen the camera crew do that. They chose our HOA to do this too.
Exactly.
I thought it was horrible.
And once again, that is the difference between the Black show that put Housewives on the map. Really, really, because I will be perfectly transparent. The first one, Orange County. Orange County was a good show. I was a fan from the
You like
start.
Orange County?
Yes,
I
I
ended
was
up
a
watching
fan
Orange
from the
County
start.
years later, and I'm glad I waited to watch it years later because I don't think I would have been involved in it that much.
It was good.
RHOA was my first time ever watching any of the franchise.
It actually was really good, but then later on, just like all of them, they became actresses.
And you
Like,
know that Tanya and I believe the guy has broken up.
Did
So
they were together forever.
ever. They did end up breaking up, I believe. But just an FY, yeah. But I remember Tanya Sams leaving the show, and I was heartbroken for her because I was
I
like,
loved her. She was really
I
sweet though.
think we probably felt like she could trust these girls, she could trust
Yep.
the camera crew. She didn't even show up to the reunion. She left.
Well, like the whole thing is that they asked the camera crew, okay, now we just want to enjoy ourselves, so go. But I feel like they brought the bones out.
Yeah.
They carried the bones. They carried the bones to the
They did.
public.
They care. You are right. I agree with you, and that's why I said after it was all said and done, and
Mm-hmm.
they had all made this pack. Marlo,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Kenya, and Kandi ended up saying things they shouldn't have.
Yes.
Cynthia was the only one who was just like, I'm not in it. Like y'all can talk
Yes.
about whatever you want to talk about, but everybody
Definitely.
else kept carrying it. But they could have been asked to do it because of production. Um,
You can choose not to talk about stuff.
right,
I
right.
mean, we perfectly remember Miss Van saying, I'm not talking about that.
Facts.
And Mel saying, next question.
No, exactly. She said, and they played it too. No,
Yes.
what's the next question? You have any opinion? I don't. I have no opinion.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
don't know what, yeah, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know.
Nothing to do with me. And I thought that's an answer.
Right. I
That's
mean,
an
so
answer.
it is possible. I do like people trying to hold Carlos's feet to the fire. I really don't think he's going to do anything. We've seen, he who shall not be named, ridiculous, like despicable, disgusting things that he has been doing for years on the show. Um, so I mean, I don't think Carlos cares at this point. I think his goal is to, continue to manufacture everybody's beef against Melody.
Do you
And
think this is a good question? Do you think the introduction of whatever's going to happen, on the 16th when we get this Melody storyline, Melody having an affair, because that is how this all came out. Do you think that this is the opening for some discussion?
I would think that it would be,
Okay.
but for me, I think that the other cast members have been so eager to believe or to look like they believed it. Like I've always said that Tisha was so happy for Martell to come in and say, Mel cheated first. She ate that up. She was so giddy, like, every for her to be so marriage minded and for marriage and she for the wife and all of that. None of that sympathy has ever happened for Mel. Ever.
And that's so when I told you guys, I got chewed out in the comments when I did this video. But I said to y'all, I think it is great that Melody gets an opportunity to say to her haters, if
Mm-hmm.
this is what it is, you guys were so quick to believe this story, and for her to be able to vindicate herself in that space, in the same space where all of these people were bringing it to the table. I thought it was great, and because we know that the revenge P was born from
Mm-hmm.
the story.
From him saying, for him trying to plant a seed.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, you told this lie, you told it to
Mm-hmm.
everybody. The revenge P was born out of this lie because
Yes.
your way of proving it to everybody
Mm-hmm.
else was to, and you sent it over to Mel, and Mel was
Yes.
like, okay, bitch, if that's what
Yeah,
you want,
exactly.
I'm gonna,
Exactly.
you sent it to me in private, but I'm gonna let people know what type of bastard you are in
Exactly.
public. And for her to have done that, I was just like, because a lot of people, even if it's not true, you will sink in shame. You will
Mm-hmm.
bury yourself in shame. So for her to have been able to fight, even in that
Mm-hmm.
moment, and say, I'm
Yeah.
going to call your ass out, and even now say, let's just drive this on home because
Mm-hmm.
this is what this man has done. I want you to
Yeah.
see it. I think that's brilliant. I don't know. I think that people need to see people fight. That's what I think sometimes. You don't have to be physical, but learn how to defend yourself.
Learn how to defend
Know
yourself.
what
Also,
defending
don't you
yourself
do
looks
you
like.
do,
Because we sometimes will say, I apologize.
no, it's
We
okay.
sometimes will say, just forget about it. No, don't forget
No.
about it. You put
Mm-mm.
it out there. It is the thing that people are going to remember. It is the conversations that's being had all around town. I'm going to tell people exactly who you are. I think that's okay. I
And
think
it's been a long time coming because I feel like she sat back too quiet while we were all yelling at the TV. I mean, I think that most folks with rational minds that, aren't sheep and kind of see I don't feel like we had to have her tell the whole story and not know that he was a disgusting pig.
facts. And then that's the point. There's a lot she still holds on to, I'm
Right.
sure. But if she has the opportunity to vindicate herself and to show what has happened, because even though we all say people should believe this person, people believe narcissists all
Yes.
the time. I mean,
Yes.
collect people, that's their thing. I'm
Exactly.
going to cut, and I'm going to know when to cut this one off and utilize this one in the way that I need next. That is their gift.
Yes.
Select people. Okay. So he's doing what he knows to do. And I think that it's important for her to be able to vindicate herself. I think it's also important for us to see what that looks like with everybody.
Right, right. That is an awesome point. I think that is a little bit why Kimmy was so easy. Like she still hasn't took back. She still won't take back her saying that Martell is a good guy. She
Mhm.
still will not walk that back. Like I would have walked that statement back years ago. I would have said firmly, I would have planted my feet in the ground. You know what? I
Listen,
am finding out so much more than I knew.
with everything that Martell's baby mama has said out of her mouth,
Yes.
Martell, you know what she always says to? You
What?
don't know him. He's a
You
good guy.
don't know him like I do, Sheree.
You don't
Sheree.
know him like I do. He's a good guy. Whatever this mind game is, it takes a while. Melody was in it for a long time before she
Yes,
was
she
like,
was.
I'm out.
And
I'm
then
out.
let's remember, 22 years old.
That
22 years old. 22
it
years
takes
old.
a minute for you to understand this person is never going to be who he says he wants to be.
Right.
It
Who
takes a
he
little
says he
while.
is.
Who he says he is, who he says he wants to be, whatever this change is that I am believing in, that's coming to me in the most sincere form with tears and all that stuff,
Yes.
whatever that is that keeps me heartbroken and sunken, it's never going to be
It's
anything.
never going to change. That's what I say about people saying, well, she stayed. Well, she stayed. Well, she stayed because that was her husband and she wanted to believe in him. They were a family. She literally said at one point, I don't like him.
Oops, you cut out, Miss Golden. You still here?
She said, I miss my friend. Do we remember that? I don't know if it was the trip to Destin,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah.
said, we were good friends. I miss my friend.
Right. I miss my.
I miss my friend.
That's what people, if people could just have a little more sympathy for that part of it,
Mm-hmm.
even with the friends, because still, I asked this question a long time in one of my videos. Like I said something about Kimmy being a nurse and is, not recognizing some of these
Mm-hmm.
signs.
Yes.
People were like, that's not what she does. And da, da, da. I'm like, but if you guys knew how many people were in the field that are narcissists, that are horrible,
Yes.
that you go to every day and say, doc, da, 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 and they come
Yes.
off as the most genuine, sincere person when they're dealing with you,
Mm-hmm.
but they are,
Horrible outside the door.
oh my God. And I'm
Horrible
not
outside the
saying
door.
bad bedside manner. I'm talking evil, fucking Knievel, like
I
somebody
mean,
else.
like all you have to do is watch the ID channel.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. For
Yeah, all you have to
sure.
do is watch the ID channel. I
For
mean,
sure.
and I like every time you we could talk about this forever about this. I don't forget many episodes, and I always go back and watch because I feel like I'm gonna learn something new. But most definitely, if we can tell that Maurice has always been a liar, because Kimmy said
Yeah.
emphatically that she do not work at the bedside.
Yep.
But Maurice was, he used that as his storyline. Kimmy's out there saving lives. Boo. I was in a whole COVID hospital. Don't
Right.
tell me about somebody who literally sat there and said, I don't work at the bedside. And there's nothing wrong with that because we do all different kind of things. That's one of the good things about nursing. I have
Right.
been in administration. I know. But like she said it like it was almost a bad thing. I do not work at the bedside. And I'm not saying that Kimmy is not a good nurse. She's not good at what she do because I feel like Kimmy was taking care of her business before Maurice broke ass came around.
For sure.
So like,
She
it's
took
that.
pride in it. Exactly.
Yes, but it was just like that for me. I
Yeah.
mean, like she has, like she became like a less favorite character of mine over the seasons. So like I can't get it no more. Like she,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Well, like I don't see this, I don't see that, but I don't see. She wanted people to have so much sympathy for her because of Kiowa and the what was she, the side chick thing. Girl, we didn't even care about that much. There was nothing for us to feel like heartfelt. If he was there and his wife was in Michigan and there was some overlay, nobody cares.
Mhm.
We don't care. She done told many stories. She said she pursued him, took Jalen to the barbershop so she can meet him.
And at this point, you're right. Not even Kaya would care, because when she said, "Well, I hope we don't have to revisit," and Kaya would say, "I hope we don't." Okay, are you
Exactly.
kidding me?
Exactly.
We'll get no more scenes. Okay, talking about
Exactly.
my son and nobody else.
Kiowa is over it, and she should have been.
For sure, 100.
I'm gonna say this so you can go to sleep.
What's that?
Shirley Strawberry.
Yes.
There is. I do feel sad for her. I really do. I think that she has always been a very smart, beautiful, articulate lady. I did love the Strawberry Letter section. She had a better take on it than Steve. I literally stopped listening to their show because I'm sorry, I don't like Steve Harvey.
So you know what? I said that I thought they stopped the Strawberry Letter and
Hmm.
they're letting him answer, but a lot of people came into the comments and said that they still do it. I think those are repeats. I don't think that it is the actual
Oh.
new one. But you guys, I could still be wrong, because they have it on IG, the Strawberry Letter on IG,
Hmm.
and the Strawberry Letter on IG is repeats. They're not.
Right, 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 right.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's after he wrote that book, that came after the movie or before the movie or whatever,
Think like a man.
and people just all of a sudden made him a guru. I believe Steve is a narcissist too. Like, you can't tell me anything about how to be in a marriage when you literally have just left one woman for another woman for another woman.
Yeah,
And,
that makes me think, doesn't it?
yeah, I cannot stand any man just like Kevin Hart who,
Woo,
when you picked up and now you got a rib. Oh, she is everything. But like there were two other women prior to this who really developed you. Like my mother-in-law will always tell me, you can't send them back. You got to continue to train them no matter how old they get, no matter how old they get together.
mhm.
No, he did the same thing. I don't have no problem with Carucci. What's his wife's name? It don't matter. No problem with her. They have a beautiful family. They have a beautiful blended family now. But I really did not like, him saying him saying that this is his rib, this is this. And Steve did the same thing with this woman, the same woman who did not want him because he had big lips
Oh my
and
God.
probably was wearing those ugly suits.
Listen, it's a lot. It's
So
a
like,
lot.
but I don't care for him. I don't care for him. But I do think that there should have been a pause for Shirley. Not saying that she would know that this man was this disgusting, but I think there should have been a pause when she said that Steve introduced them. That should have been enough said. I would
Okay.
have ran.
Okay. Did she say that they introduced each other?
I
There's two
saw
people
it.
saying that. Oh, you saw it.
I saw
Okay.
it on Beyonce's internet somewhere. Somebody said it.
Okay. Somebody else said it. So
Yeah, and
I
so like,
believe he has come out and said that that is not true. He recently came out and said that.
mm,
Trying to detach himself. Um,
yes, of course. And just
he
like
did
he didn't
not
know
say that.
anything about
And then
Love and Marriage Hunt. Oh, I'm
read,
sorry.
I'm sorry, I actually read, and I did a video about it, that she used to go to the same salon as another radio host. Remember
Mm,
Ebony from Ricky Smiley?
yes.
That Ebony was dating him and engaged to him while
Oh,
he was in jail.
wow.
That is a story. Okay, and you can go back and look at my video on my channel. I talked all
Uh-huh.
about Shirley and Ebony used to go to the same salon. He just jumped ladies.
Nasty. See, just like Steve. That's why I believe that he was his friend and he introduced them. So that just makes me drive my point to myself
Okay.
even more. But yeah, I think that should have made her cut and run. But it's still like there is no way that anybody would, wish that on her and her daughter at all. Like it's
I
it's
agree.
disgusting. It's sad.
After listening to it, I was like, I don't think that she knew. I'm not
No,
sure, but I don't feel like she knew. And but again, I know everybody has their personal feeling on it. She definitely knows now. If she didn't
she
know before,
definitely knows now.
she knows now.
Um,
So
um, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I mean, like, I think that from our personal experiences, it does trigger and bring up a hurt because, like, it's a story that resonates with people.
right.
It's a story that resonates with people. And so I do honestly feel like, there's no way that you can't, like, I know this happened to me. I definitely do feel like it's easy to resonate with. And so like I don't put anything past anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every time I hear something like this, I'm just like narcissistic personality. I mean, like it's so in the forefront, like we knew it was
Right.
there, but like with Love and Marriage Huntsville, I think that like seeing it, it's so easy to attach it to people when you see it. I've always just called people borderline. I think that like they're borderline, which kind of is a catch all for crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
enjoyed this talk so much. I missed everybody.
I'm happy that you came up. I appreciate everybody who came up. This was a great conversation. I'm happy that you got an opportunity to close us out, Miss Golden. You had
Thank
great
you.
points. So yes, I am looking forward to talking to you guys again. The season returns on the 16th of September. Melody said that she couldn't wait for the season to come out. I saw that her and her manager have been promoting and
Oh
basically
wow.
saying they are looking forward to people watching it. I think that again, season of what? Revelation. To me, she's letting people know this is where everything is coming out. So watch. So everything that everybody has been sitting back and saying, listen, this is what we want to see. I think that it's going to give a lot more answers. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a good season. But
I
anywho,
am too. Can I give this little advertisement right quick? Diana, I
yes,
do want to say
yes.
that I just completed Hope Preservation Academy.
Okay.
And it is a excellent class.
Okay.
Melody literally like just every week. It's not like rush.
Hmm.
She gives us personal, like we have the Zooms. We still have personal one-on-one time to
Hmm.
talk with her or just to text. Literally, it's just like it's like you have your task for that week, and then we talk about what you've completed, what you haven't completed, and she answers any questions that she needs. And like she's like, don't. It's literally nobody has to, you know, reinvent the wheel. I've done it. So let me show you what I've done and how the mistakes I've made along the way so you don't have to do it. And so when I say now, because I thought about it for a long time, when I say now that like it just for me reinforces the type of person that she is.
Hmm.
I mean, because she doesn't have to do this. Yes, she's making money off of it, but it's her time and she should.
Hmm. Uh,
But but definitely, I
okay.
mean, I'm just saying, shout out to that. Shout out to Hope Preservation Academy, HPA, because
Okay.
I am a graduate now and I'm looking forward
Congratulations to
to
you.
getting everything together.
Awesome. Congratulations to you. And I know
Thank
you'll be
you.
successful. And I
Thank
hope you
you.
can give another update about your first, sale and all that
Of
good
course, of course, of course.
stuff. Okay.
Got to
All
get my
right.
insurance in, girl. Got to get this insurance.
Okay. Okay. Girl, you're gonna get it. Listen, you're gonna get it. You have all the inspiration and all the backup you need. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Golden. Thank you so much for coming up and talking with us tonight.
Thank you.
And I will definitely see you on the next panel. Hopefully you come back. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
can we have two panels? I just like I'm getting off. Can we have two panels for the first episode because I'll be out the country on the
Okay.
16th.
Let's I'm definitely gonna go and try. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try. Low
All
chat, okay?
right.
Hopefully we'll have a back room chat and a front room chat. So we'll
Okay.
see what we do about it.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye, girl. Okay. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me thank everybody who came up. Mildred for blessing the channel, becoming a new member. Also, Justine for blessing the channel. I appreciate you guys. Everybody who showed up tonight and was a part of the chat conversation. You guys kept it lively over here, especially about Kenya. Y'all had lots of things to say. Thank you to Millie Chan for visiting the channel for the first time. She is very big on TikTok. She has a YouTube channel. That is mostly because I wind down with TikTok every night, but I see her videos every day and she is amazing over there. And yeah, you guys, I cannot wait to talk to you on the next one. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe on your way out. Also share it too, child. Share it with whomever. And I will see you guys on the next one, okay? Bye-bye.